Hey guys, so this is going to be a more in-depth beginner tutorial. I'm going to go through just how to do basic kicks and stalls, as well as give some good general overall information about the sport and how to get good. So what you need to do is first make sure you have correct equipment. Hacky-sack or foot bag is a sport, right? So you need proper equipment like any other sport, right? You wouldn't play baseball with a wiffle ball bat and a rock, right? You wouldn't play tennis with a wooden spoon, right? So you got to make sure you have good stuff. And hacky sacks, like a pro handmade bag like this, can run about $40–50, and some really good flat shoes, you know, you might already have some. So like, it's still one of the cheapest and most portable sports you can do. So I suggest you invest in a good bag. Again, it's like any other sport, you need proper equipment. So these shoes I have right here are called Quantums. These are the shoes we designed for the sport. You can get these online, just look up foot bag Quantum shoes. They're gonna be around like $130, but any flat skate shoe you have is good. You don't want any open toe shoes. You want something with support, and you want it to be flat and have nice flat surfaces, right? If you have toe walls like this, it's really nice, so you can actually lace them and open them up to create a nice pocket there. So you want some good equipment like that. And you also want a bag that is fabric and has some sort of metal inside, right? So go look around for a steel-filled bag, and you can have like a little bit of rubber in there so it pops a little bit when you kick it, but I mean, you can have a hybrid bag, but I would suggest you just get a full metal bag so you can stall it well. Yeah, again, I have a video posted next to this one about the bag situation on getting a handmade pro bag. They're really back ordered, but check out that post and you can get in line to get a handmade pro bag, or just try to find a metal filled bag. Again, like the crocheted bags with the plastic filler, you're not going to be able to do much with them. Even sandbags, certain sandbags are really just too tight, and they'll fall apart on you too. So you really need to invest in some quality equipment before you try to do anything. You can try to make your own. We have foot bag stitching tutorials online. Just get some ultra suede soft or any kind of fabric and some 2mm steel shot, and you can try to make your own, you know. But I suggest definitely not trying to do really anything with a bad bag. It's just gonna be frustrating, and I wouldn't attempt anything I do with a bad bag. So now we'll get into how to learn, the correct body mechanics of how to learn. First, you gotta warm up. I have another video pinned about my whole warm-up routine that I normally do, and there's all kinds of stuff in there you can do to warm up your hips, warm up your ankles, stuff like that. And yeah, because like, it's a very intense sport. I've injured myself a lot of times. I've heard stories of people really messing themselves up. So you gotta take it seriously, man. It's a hardcore sport. Stop if you have any sharp pains. Serious. Now, another thing you gotta be aware of is the surface you're playing on. So you want a smooth surface that isn't too grippy or too slippy, right? So you want a surface that you can grab onto, but you're not like twisting your knee out, right? So you don't want to play on like a basketball court, but you also don't want to play on like wet grass, right? So yeah, find a good balance that you like and is good with your shoes, and also something that's level. You don't want to be messing around on anything that has any sort of gradient at all. That's just a bad time. Now we're going to start getting into the proper body mechanics to doing stalls and kicks. So you got your bag, right? Now we'll start with kicks. For a toe kick, there's two ways to do toe kicks. The first one you might do is just by picking up your knee and striking the bag like this. Now that's fine when the bag's close to you, but another way you want to learn to kick with your toes, and this is probably going to be the main way you do kick and have more control with, is by straightening your leg with your toes down and then flicking up at the last second low to the ground, right? So this is what you're going to do when the bag's away from you, and also when it's sort of like right in front of you, right? This is going to be your go-to. This is how you're going to save the bag when it gets away from you. This is the like fundamental best move you could learn. So I'd start training this. You could start practicing your inside stall. Again, practice all your stuff. Practice all your surfaces all at once. So we're going to go to inside stall or inside kick. So for insides, you want to bring your foot to the opposite side of your body. So you don't want to be kicking like this, right? You want to be kicking like this, across the opposite side of your body. And then just practice that back to back. Again, you're sending it over to the other side of your body. You know what I mean? You're not kicking it on the same side that your leg is on, right? You're swinging it over this way. Do a little hip turn, right? Like this, right? And then just do that. Just do that to hand catch like I've been doing. Don't go for your record right away, you know? Just do that to hand catch. Learn the body mechanics. Now for an outside kick, you're gonna point your knee inward. So you're not gonna do this. You're not gonna do this. You're gonna point your knee inward, and you're gonna point your toes outward, and you're gonna go like this. So you're gonna go front to back in like a slicing motion, right? We're not doing this. We're not doing this. This and this are just gonna get yourself hurt. So to set it straight up, you have to point your knee in, point your toes outward, and then just get under it, and then do a slicing motion front to back. Okay? So front to back like that. Again, just do it to your hand. Do that a couple times. All right? Now the secret to a knee kick is to not actually aim for your kneecap. You want to aim for your thigh. So just set it up from your thigh straight up, and you'll notice you'll have an easier time finding the bag because you have that larger surface. And just practice setting it straight up and go do like an inside kick, whatever. And what we're going to do with all these surfaces is we're going to try to do every single combo you can think of. So outside to far inside, or inside to inside, or inside to inside. The classic. Outside to outside, right? Knee to outside. We're just going to do every single combo you can think of, right? And just practice every single combo. And those are all your surfaces. Don't worry about your sole. Don't worry about your sole. Don't worry about your heel or your pincher or your back catch or your chest stall or your head stall. You need to start training your feet. Everything else will come. Once you start training your feet, everything else will come, okay? Now we'll go into stalls. So to stall the bag, it's the opposite of a kick, where with a kick, you meet the bag in the midair. With a stall, you go down with the bag. And this is the fundamental movement you need to understand to be able to do a lot of the advanced tricks, because you have more control and more time to do advanced tricks when you're stalling, okay? So basically, you're gonna be light on your other foot. We're always on our toes, right? Always. And we're gonna be light on our other foot, and we're gonna pick the catching foot up and go down with it, and just time that. So pick the catching foot up, lift your toes up, and go down with it for a toe stall, while bending the other leg, right? So it's gonna look like this. As the bag goes up, your knee goes up. As the bag goes down, your knee goes down. Right back to your hand. So we're not gonna try to like freeze it, right? When we do tricks, we're not gonna like stop and freeze it. We're gonna set it right back up to our hand to keep that rhythm, right? Keep that momentum. So we're gonna do this. Just go back to back. That's basically it, okay? A lot of practice involved in these, but that's basically what you need to know. Same thing for the inside, as when you do kicks, you want to bring it to the opposite side of your body. Inside's a little awkward, so you want to catch it low to the ground. For insides, you don't want to like have your toes up and try to catch it like this. You want to point your toes down and in, then a little bit of hip and knee rotation to get it level to the ground, lower, right? And then it's the same thing where you want to bend the support leg and go down with it, okay? For outsides, you can catch it a little more towards your heel here, right? For toes, you want to catch it like right on your big toe, right next to your big toe here by your laces. Try to aim for your laces a little more. And then for the inside, you want to catch right behind your big toe, right behind your big toe here. Those are the sweet spots. So yeah, that's basically it. There's not much more to do except practice a lot. Don't play more than like an hour, 2 hours a day. Definitely take multiple rest days. If I think of anything else, I'll put it at the end. Thank you guys for watching.